Nyanzwa Caleb Amateshe, aged 57, a volunteer at Kcjc Community Justice Center. It is my pleasure to appear on this program, and briefly I intend to talk about the possibility of the poor accessing justice in Kenya. One, looking at the population of this country, definitely there are more poor people than there are the rich. Do the poor get access to justice in this country? The question from me, and that is from my viewpoint, would be no. Why? There are many factors. One, the element of ignorance of the law. Now, you cannot fight and defend that which you don't know. The law, for a long time, was a preserve of a few learned words. And no wonder, in the legal fraternity, we talk of my learned friend. And indeed, there have been areas where you find a case stays in court for over 50 years. Eventually, you are told the file is missing. Now, another area is a question of how the poor can get legal advice from attorneys, from advocates. We are talking about the legal fees. You will be surprised to find that somebody who cannot afford, or somebody who lives below $1 a day, if she already had a case in court and he is being asked, or she is being asked to pay some 10,000 or 5,000 legal fees. Now, we are not saying that everything is bleak and dark. As we talk now, at least there is some light at the end of the tunnel. One, the restructuring of the judicial system in this country, which includes the establishment of the Supreme Court, is a plus for the peoples of Kenya. The government has also gone ahead with the expansion of courts. There are areas that since Kenya got independence 50 years ago, it is only now that something in the semblance of a law court is being put up. The area that I would like to touch on is the role that has been played by the Kituo Sheria. This is a non-governmental organization establishment that gives free legal service to those who have genuine cases and may not because of one reason or another, be able to do the billing and the footing. And one extra mile is actually the establishment of community justice centers, one of them being Kcjc Community Justice Center, where I'm talking from. For the period that this center has been in existence, believe me, a lot has been done. Cases pertaining to domestic violence, property inheritance, housing, and many other disputes. Cases which would have ended up in courts, and we don't know for how long they would have taken to be sorted out, have been actually sorted out through the alternative dispute resolution process, which is actually being spearheaded by Kituo Sheria. Now, cases where people would bribe court personnel, where people would influence the results, I think as a civilized country that Kenya we claim we are, these should be things of the past. But I would call on the government, I'll call on well-wishers, I'll call on partners and friends wherever they are listening, that it is very important at this moment that this country still needs and calls for a massive and intensive civic education as far as the citizenry of this country can be brought to know what it means to have your rights, the rights that go with the responsibilities, because I believe if citizens came to know their rights, some of these cases, the obstacles and bottlenecks that there exist that hinder access to justice for the poor may be as well a thing of the past.
Sasa mimi kuja hapa kutafuta usaidizi kama naweza saidika kwa kampuni ya Taufiki.
Kwa majina naitwa Kcjc. Niko katika ofisi ya Kamukunji Community Justice Center. Nashukuru pia kwa kituo hii kwa ajili ya kushughulikia wale tunaita marginal communities katika eneo hili la Kamukunji, jinsi wanavyochukua kesi zao ama jinsi wanavyosaidia wenyeji wa eneo hili katika changamoto nyingi ambazo labda za kifamilia, kesi za mashamba na kesi nyingi ambazo zinahusu jamii nzima kwa ujumla. Kisha ile changamoto ninayokuu katika kituo cha sheria ni kwamba waweze kusaidia jamii hii kwa vile wana changamoto nyingi za hapa na pale. My name is Kcjc. Volunteer Justice Center Coordinator for Kamukunji Community Justice Center. This is a project of Kituo Sheria. It is being managed by Kamukunji Community-Based Organizations Network. At the Justice Center, we deal with different cases, and some of the cases that we deal with at the Justice Center are labor, land, housing, and succession issues. The Kamukunji Community Justice Center normally uses alternative dispute resolution mechanisms to solve quite a number of cases that we receive at the Justice Center on a daily basis from our clients. Since most of our clients are the poor and marginalized in the community, so most of them, they don't have money to hire the services of an advocate. So that's why Kituo thought it wise to initiate the Community Justice Center to take care of the needs of the poor, marginalized, and the vulnerable in the community. Those people who cannot afford the services of professional lawyers who charge a lot of money. So since the establishment of Kamukunji Community Justice Center, we've been able to assist more than 1,500 clients. Out of this number, we have successfully filed more than 50 cases in court of law, and almost 45% of these cases were ruled in favor of our clients. And our main challenge here at Kamukunji Community Justice Center is financial constraint. This is why we are requesting and asking our friends, well-wishers, and donor partners, those who are willing to work with organizations like Kamukunji Community-Based Organizations Network.